Hi, we're gonna make a small scarf. You can do this with crochet. Here we go. We're gonna make a slip knot, just like this. Pull that over the end of your pointer finger, and then that over again. Put your hook through there, and just let go. Now this is gonna be your slip knot. That's a slip knot. Okay, this is the tail end of your yarn. And this is the working end of the yarn because it's connected to the rest of your yarn. So we're going to tighten that up right within this area here of the crochet hook. You see how the end of the hook has it slanted here and it comes up, and then it's slanted again here for your finger hold. If you always get your yarn back through this area, you're ensured that it's going to be even stitches. So if you get the hang of it right from the beginning of like measuring up in there, go for it. Okay, so we have our slip knot on our hook. We're gonna take our working yarn, wind it over our hook, and pull through a loop. I'm going to do that again, winding it over. You see how I'm in that area here, and pull it through really gently and loosely, like. And we're going to do that one more time. We're still, see, it just flipped around. That's okay. I'm going to wind it back. We're going to put the yarn around the hook, grab the yarn and pull it through. Now we have 3 stitches on the hook, just like that. 1, 2, 3. Now what we're going to do is, for the second row, is we're going to go through this stitch here. I'm going to take our needle, our crochet hook, put it through, take our working yarn, wrap it around our hook. See, we're still in this area here. I'm going to pull through. We're going to wind it around again, put it over the hook, and we're going to pull through 2 loops on the hook. That is a single crochet. Now don't panic because that's big and now you're just looking here and you're like, oh boy, now it's uneven. That's okay, it'll even itself out if you're just nice and gentle and loose in here. So now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a single crochet. So we're going to go through the next stitch here. Put our working yarn around our crochet hook. Pull it through. We have 2 loops on the hook. Put the working yarn around one more time. Pull through both of these loops on your hook. And you just made your second single crochet. Okay, now what I'm gonna do here this time is I'm gonna ask you to make a turning chain. So all that means is we're gonna put the yarn, working yarn back over our hook, pull through, and then we turn our piece. And sometimes this gets like twisted, and I've decided like in the past to take my hook out and go back in, so I don't have that twist. Now you can see there's 3 stitches here. 1, 2, 3. So this time I'm gonna go through the front loop of this stitch right here. So I'm going to come under the front loop. wrap my yarn around my crochet hook, pull it through, wrap my yarn around again. This is going to make your single crochet, and then you just made a single crochet. Now let's go through the front loop of that next stitch, which is this V. I'm going to go in the front loop only, go up through it, put the yarn around your hook, pull it through. See where it's sitting? We're going to wrap it again and pull through both the loops on your hook. Okay. Now you had made in the last row, we made a turning chain. So let's do that again. And now turn. Okay. So you already see like a little beginning happening here over your little scarf. I am going to make sure this is not twisted in any way. I'm going to take my crochet hook out, put it back through, and then look at it this way, okay? So we have 1, 2 stitches, because this was the turning chain. And we're not going to use or go into our turning chains. So let's go through the front loop of this next stitch, put the yarn around your crochet hook, pull it through that first loop, put the yarn around again, and pull it through again. That's a single crochet. Let's go into the next stitch. Basically what we have is just 2 stitches going across. Put our yarn around, pull through the loop, put our yarn around our hook, pull through 2 loops. That's another single crochet. Let's make a turning chain, and here it is. And so turning chain, and we turn. See, sometimes I'm not too sure about this twist. Either you untwist it the whole piece, or you keep it twisted and you use it that way, because it's going to give you a different look. So this is our turning chain, and these are our 2 stitches. Now let's go up 6 rows. I'm going to go in the front loop of this single crochet. You see where it is? Wrap your working yarn around again, pull it through, wrap the working yarn, pull through 2 loops. I'm going to do it here. Push a crochet hook through there, pull it through, wrap it around again, and pull through 2. And then I sort of pull down a little bit on it. Now this is creating these little gaps on the side, which is fine. Like I said, if you just remain consistent, it'll look like a nice pattern for yourself. Let's put a turning chain right there. And we're going to turn our work. There's a turning chain. I'm going to take my hook out, put it back in, so we don't have that twist. Okay, we're going to do 1 more row for the 6th row. And you can watch. I hope this is slow enough for you to pick up. And you can stop this video and rewind it as many times as you need, so you can just get a handle on this beginning for you. And I would try to make it, and then take it apart and do it again, and then make it, take it apart, do it again, until you're like happy with how you have it looking. It doesn't feel tight, loose, like leggy. It's just kind of feels okay. I'm okay with that. So we had our turning chain here. I'm going to turn our work, untwist my turning chain, and now let's add another stitch to this. So we're going to go in this first, not the turning chain. We're going to go in this first stitch in this row. I wrapped the yarn around, I pulled through. Now I'm going to pull through 2 loops on the hook. Let's go through again this same exact stitch, okay? I'm going to add another stitch to this little row here by going into the same stitch again. And let's put a single crochet through this front loop. There it is. I'll pull a little bit, pull through the loop. There it is on there. Pull through, and a turning chain. Turn our work. Okay, now let's take a look. So at the top, this is how I see the stitches more easily myself, is there's the turning chain. There's this, it looks like a stitch, but we're calling it a turning. Then the first stitch, our second stitch, and the other stitches right here is just kind of separated itself. It's this V and this V together. That's 3. So 1, 2, 3 stitches in our turning chain. I'm going to put my crochet hook back in over here, put my thumb in place, and we're going to go through the front loop of these 3 stitches and make a single crochet, just like we did before. We're just going to keep this so simple. Let's go in, put the yarn around your hook, pull it through, go in, pull through 2 loops. Go in the front loop of the next stitch. And again, the front loop of the next stitch. For another single crochet, we're going to put our turning chain in and turn the work. So it's going to make it, because it's going a little wider now, going up. Okay? I'm going to keep going with this, and I will record as I go, and you can meet me back at the end. I know when I wanted to learn to crochet, I found people online, diving ducks. That woman has a great way of explaining, and her camera work was just perfect for me, and I could understand the way she was explaining things, and it just really helped me learn this, the making of crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3 stitches, and that's the turning stitch. I'm going to go through the front loop only and do single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, turning chain and turn. Let's see, how's it looking? Not bad. Let's do another 4 rows. Yeah, I learned from the diving ducks, and I learned from a few others too. Ophelia. The other person was Shrin's Crochet. And I do have all of those on this YouTube channel down below so you can see them. And they're very talented makers, and they helped me get started. We're going to turn our work. And let's do another 2 more rows with 3 stitches. So we're going to do, I think I'm doing 6 and 6, add 1, 6, add 6, add, and then we're going to go, the other end of the scarf is going to be subtracting from the 6 stitches. There it is. Okay, and keep going. And I do recommend staying on the same stitch throughout this project, especially if this is one of your very first projects. Making this single crochet, instead of us adding today, you know, a double crochet or a back loop crochet. No, let's just keep it all the same. We'll keep it simple. And 1, 2, 3. Right here. Sometimes it's tricky to see that. And that was a big thing when I was first starting out. It's like, where is that V? Like, what am I looking at? And it helps to turn the work and look straight down at it. And tighten that up a little. I mean, it's a gentle tightening. Pull through. Pull through 2. Turning chain. So it's gradually getting longer. Turn the work. I'm going to remove my hook and put it back in, but like I said, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. And this will be the beginning of our next 6 rows. So we're going to add a stitch in here, right into the center. Okay, I went in the next stitch. I hope you saw that. I'm in the middle stitch again. I'm going to add another stitch there to that same space. And now I'm on the last one here. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. That's a single crochet. So that's how that's going to look. Let's take a look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches now on there. I hope you can see them clearly. Let's see. Okay. As you can see, like this stitch here is like bowed out a little. I could remove these, pull them out, and do them again. So they're all more uniform. And you get that by being in this sweet spot here. So let's just pull that out. You see how much bigger that one was? Okay. Now, that's the turning chain. I'm going to put my crochet hook back in there. My thumb is in place here. I'm going to go through the front loop only of that stitch. Pull through. Yarn over, pull through 2. Front loop only. Yarn over, pull through. Yeah, see, this feels a little long to me. Look at how long that got. So it's important that you, well, it's not, I mean, it's if you want it to look like a nice pattern, you want them to be uniform. Another single crochet. That's our turning chain. This is how it looks. Okay. Turn our work. I removed and went back in, and then tighten down. Go through the front loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Put your hook through the next loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to go in here again. And the last stitch on the hook, going through. Okay. Oh, and you need to make a turning chain and then turn your work. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches we're going to work with. So this is our second row, and there's going to be 4 stitches in this row. One, 2, 3, 4. Turn. We're going to go in again, front loop only. Pull through, yarn over, pull through, go through the front loop of the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Front stitch, the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Yarn over. This is your turning chain, and turn your work. 4 stitches. Okay. I'm going to tighten down a little bit here. I haven't talked about holding the yarn, the working yarn, because I think in the beginning it's hard to remember it all, but when you have a minute, you can wrap the yarn around your pinky and then back around in front of these fingers and over your pointer finger. That is helpful for me. That's how I hold the yarn. It's better that you're not gripping at the yarn or holding so tight to it that your hands are going to get cramped, because they will become achy and cramped if in the beginning you don't pay attention to how gently you're touching the yarn. That's the turning chain. See now, with me doing that and having the yarn a little further away on my pointer finger, it created this space here. So it's a little different from our last row. So I'm going to take that out. It just made it too elongated. I'm going to put my hook back in here. And I'm going to hold it tighter. I'm just going to kind of have it there. Like under, over, under, over. See how that looks. Let's see. There we go. It's getting a little wider. And we're just going to continue this on up for a little while. Did I pull down on that to tighten it up a little? Whoops, my elbow's rubbing on the table. And last stitch on this row. I'm going to add another stitch on this row. I think it's time. I like to make things by feel. I love to follow a pattern, and I buy the pattern from the appropriate people, and that made it. But I also like to just go unplanned and just make it as I go. So this row, I just put in 2 stitches in 1 stitch. So I increased on this row. So we should have 5 stitches now. That's the turning one. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the turning. So it's going to make it a little wider. And if I want it to get wider even faster, add another stitch, add another stitch. So that's how I've been making my scarves. Just sort of, I feel, and I did use a pattern, and that worked out great, and it kind of taught me how to manage growing the V and for the scarf. Well, you can use this as a headband too, which I think is awesome. You just tie it around the back of your neck or tie it up top on your head and be really cute. So now we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches on there. Now, just because we can, let's add another stitch. Well, if you do it too soon, it might just bulb out on the sides and you'll be like, oh, it just, the V isn't going up. See, when this happens to you, don't panic. Just keep your hands gentle. Put your hook back in. Your hook back in there. Tighten. Get your yarn, your working yarn in your other hand. Tighten it down. Put it in this spot here, and you'll get your stitch in. It just takes a minute, and the more often you do this, the quicker you're gonna get at it. I find it a nice way to sit and watch TV, or kind of watch TV. Yes, I think if we add in a hurry, like too many, it'll go out. We don't want to do that. So we have, that's the turning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. Now most people would say you have to have this same amount, like 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. That's the way you should do it. Yes, 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 ma'am. But sometimes you want to do what you want to do, and you should do that instead, because you can. And you get something that you made. It's unique to you. Table, see if you can get a good view of that. So that's how far we've gotten. I'll make another video of the decreasing. I hope you learned something. Let me know if you did. Let me know how I can do better. Thank you so much for being here.